Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. We will be talking about various types of planning. Um, Talking about various types of planning with relationship to extension programs. Our intention today is that every student should be able to explain the meaning of strategic, tactical, and contingency planning. We also expect that every participant in this live session should be able to describe the elements of cooperative extension program, state the importance of cooperative extension program, define case study, describe simple and topical case studies in cooperative extension, as well as explain the guide to case study. So, what do we mean by planning? Planning simply means, um, planning simply means the process of getting something done, or the process that is involved in getting something done. In our previous session, we learned the meaning of planning, and by specifying that what the organization is going or the cooperative is going to do is planning. How it is going to get to do it is planning. Who will be part of this process of getting that thing the organization wants to do, who will be involved and what will be involved is planning. So planning is a process. Now, we also talked about the characteristics of a good plan in our previous session. We talked about business forecasting as well as the recognition of planning as an essential ingredient for a well-coordinated extension program. So that was what we talked about last time. So this is a recap of what it is. It was noted in conclusion in that last session that for any cooperative extension program to succeed, there is a need for a good plan. There are three main types of planning, and um, enumerated, or we are enumerating them right now as strategic planning, tactical planning, and contingency planning. Let's take them one after the other so that we can explain them properly. Strategic planning. Strategic planning is commonly referred to as a long-range plan. That is a plan that is going to cover a long period of time. Strategic planning determines the major objective of the enterprise or the organization and the policies and strategies for obtaining and employing resources to achieve the predetermined goals. Strategic planning usually is done at the top management level. It is focused on corporate goals rather than departmental or unit level or immediate needs. Strategic planning, as we said, is a long range planning and may, for instance, lay emphasis on the firm's products and services, on the organization's expansion, on the market to operate in, and diversification of the organizations and product, and so on and so forth. Now, let's talk about placing strategic planning in the context of cooperative extension. Let's say we will observe that it enables planners of cooperative extension services to determine the type of knowledge and innovation to be disseminated to the targeted audience or people in an area of products or services offerings, and the nature of marketing, diversification, expansion, measures in the cooperative business enterprise. So that's strategic planning for you, a long range plan. Now, what is tactical planning? This is the process of developing details of short-term decisions about what is to be done, who is to do it, and how it is to be done. Tactical planning takes care of the intermediate and immediate plan of the firm, and is usually done at the lower levels of management, such as setting annual budgets, preparation to enter a new market, and so on and so forth. Relating these concepts to cooperative extension programs, it involves extension agents setting goals on how to conduct tours, field days, to disseminate research knowledge to farmers, and so on and so forth. Now, contingency planning. What do we mean by that? This is ordinarily referred to as a standby, and it is the preparation of alternative course of action that may be used if the primary plans do not achieve objectives of the enterprise. Such plans are made in anticipation of further changes. So it is a standby plan. Consider the case of Agricultural Development Program, the ADPs, okay, that was established in various states to take over the work of agricultural extension services. These activities of ADPs involve distribution of farm inputs such as improved seedlings, fertilizers, insecticides, hiring of machineries. Now let's talk about the elements of cooperative extension program. Modern cooperative extension program have few common elements. One, knowledge to impact. Two, people to be served or the audience. Three, extension organization to deliver on this knowledge to be served to the people. Then four, the contact man or the extension agent. Some participants involved in this concept, which includes government, cooperative societies, for example, the farmers, universities, or agricultural institutions and commercial firms, are part of this modern extension program. Now, these participants may be involved in either financing of the program, training of extension specialists, and development of the professions of extension. They may participate in, take a role of extension in implementing government and program. They may play a part in extension by helping in implementing government program. They may be involved in research, both in the area of planning the research and access to and implementation of the research. They can also be involved in the needs, evaluating the needs of farmers, trying to identify them and trying to satisfy the needs of farmers. Conducive environment is also part of what these participants should be trying to, or maybe trying to create, like political environment, social environment, and so on and so forth for the extension workers so that they can fulfill their professional responsibility. Now, we have the progressive cycle of extension program planning, the progressive cycle of extension program planning. Now, this progressive cycle of extension program planning starts with problem situation analysis, the PSA, the program program situation analysis. Here we have probably identified the need for fertilizer at this point. And then from there, we progress to the second one, which is the solution program objectives, the PO. That is, where are you going to get the fertilizer? So number one there is there's a problem situation, which is a problem situation analysis. Now we've analyzed the situation and we realize that the situation is that we need fertilizer. Now, having found out that we have analyzed and realized we need fertilizer, what next? We move to the solution program objective or objectives. That's a PO. At this level, what do? We ask ourselves, where are we going to get the fertilizer to solve the need for fertilizer? Then that pushes us to number three, which is the methods, program evaluation, and communication. In this level, what are we supposed to do? At this level, there's a firm demonstration on how do you apply for it. How do you apply to get this fertilizer? How do you go about getting it? That's the method. Number four is evaluation success in extension. At this level, you are now testing. You are not determining the success or if there is any difference. That's what you do at this level. Then number five is the reconsideration. That's the follow-up and readjustments. Follow-up and readjustments. That's really, at this point, what does that connote? It simply connotes when we pass or assist or buy another fertilizer. You see, at this point, we are adjusting. Probably we sought to get the fertilizer, we couldn't get it. Now, what are we going to do? We try to get an assistant to get it done. We cannot get it. Or we just buy another fertilizer if we can't get the one we really want. So these are the adjustments you can do at this point. And then number six is start another program. That is, start to analyze another program. Begin the next cycle. Begin the next, that is, evaluate if there's another problem situation to analyze. So you see how the cyclical or the cycle extension program planning goes. Now, let's move to the need for cooperative extension program. What is actually the need for this? Now, extension program is an avenue which the government uses to provide guidelines for change. Since cooperative can be the ideal engine for rural development, extension program that will improve cooperative activities can be used. Cooperative extension program is important in the area of educational and training services. For many members of cooperative, this is the only hope of learning and improving their lives. It is obvious, or it obviously brings education to those who have lost the opportunity for formal education. This particular cooperative extension program takes advantage of adult learning, informal educational procedures, because cooperative members, the farmers they are trying to attend to, happen to meet or are situated in areas where formal education cannot properly be administered to pass knowledge to them. Now, the next is cooperative extension program can also improve the health of the citizenry in the rural area of those that have been targeted. Health services such as immunization of children can gain from extension services. Some youth activities are started and encouraged through extension services. Finally, the change brought about by extension influences members of cooperative and their families in no small way. Their attitudes of life and their environment, their care for others, eating habits, and goal in life are changed for the better. All right, thank you for listening. I'll see you in my next class. If you have learned from these videos, click the notification button. Please give it a thumbs up so that others can see it or will see it. Always remember to subscribe if you have not done so. Until next time, keep learning.